members, and community. My name is Amanda Steffi, and I'm a mother of 2 FCPS students, one with special needs and an IEP, and one in middle school in an advanced academic program. My kids have been in FCPS schools for over 12 years, and I'm also a 25-year Air Force officer who has seen many school systems across the country. Thanks for the opportunity to speak at a school board hearing tonight. You all play a very important role in our children's education, and we elected you to represent our children's best educational interests. I'm glad to have an opportunity to share suggestions on how these ESSR funds should be used. I've got 2 uses in mind for these funds. The first recommendation is to use this funding to hire staff who will physically teach in the classroom. If current FCPS teachers do not want to return to work in the fall, let's hire new teachers and staff who will. Virtual teaching is a last resort that should not be used unless absolutely necessary. To address the impacts of COVID-19 on the nation's students, we need school staff to show up in person to educate our children. Virtual learning ensured protection of staff and students until a vaccine became available. What we've seen in our county is that even though a vaccine was made available and teachers were given priority vaccinations, many chose not to return to brick and mortar school settings earlier this spring. Our kids returned unvaccinated and masked, yet 4 out of 8 of my son's teachers in a 7th grade AAP program did not return to the classroom. Virtual learning has its limits. As a mother of 2 in the FCPS schools, I can tell you firsthand that my kid does not want to raise his hand with a virtual teacher to ask a question and does not want to interrupt the flow of a lesson. If a teacher is not physically present in the classroom, he or she does not see the confused looks on faces in the classroom or take a few moments to interact with a bashful child who approaches the teacher at the beginning or end of a class for help. In-person learning is so valuable because the teacher addresses those students who get ensures that the children understand the concepts and lessens the chance a student will get so far behind that he or she flunks a class. The second recommendation I have for these funds is to use them for our special education students. Hire additional teachers, aides, and related service providers like PTs and OTs in our 2 FCPS centers, Key Center and Kilmer Center. My 16-year-old daughter, Kate, attends a Key Center school in Springfield, a special needs center of approximately 100 students, all with IEPs. At the end of March, I requested she return in person, and I made that request on time. I was told by the school principal that your daughter cannot return in person this time because it would be a hardship on my school staff to have this child back in the classroom. We need this money for additional staff and teachers so that our most vulnerable students.
Thank you. Your time is up.